Oh, the fishing pole and the soothing sounds of the wave always takes me back to as far as I can remember. Especially my time with my grandparents were full of care and love. Because when I lived with my stepmother and my father, there was my sister who's 2 years older than me, and my stepbrother who's 1 year older than me. And they were in school. And I also learned that when my father left my birth mother and ran off with my stepmother, they just took my sister and stepbrother with them and left us behind to be raised by his parents, my grandma and grandpa. So as I got, when I learned all this, I feel like, wow, you know. And I learned also that my mother was here in America because there was a woman when I was fetching water. There was a woman who came up to me and knew my birth mother and told me that, my mother was at the same town where I was. I was like confused. My real mother was here and she never bothered to come and see me, and she came from America. So I asked the woman what was she doing there in the Philippines, and she told me that she was here to do your your younger brother paperwork. She's going to petition him so he can go to America. And so I was even more confused. And so I asked more questions. And I learned more of what happened. When my father left my real birth mother, she was pregnant to the fourth child. So I have a little brother who's coming to America because she didn't deny him. She denied three of us, my sister, my older sister, me, and my Merlito brother. And she only petitioned to come to America, the fourth one. So I became real angry too, and real great, like confused. And his name was Neil. Why Neil get to come to America and I never got to meet her? So that was a big question in my head, but I just hated, and also I just hated it. I just hated to be with this group of people because I couldn't even speak Tagalog. I just wanted to go back to the province.
$5 on the street.
although my grandma was already gone. But as a kid, how can you go back on your own to the place where you grew up halfway raised? And so I just go along with life. And then I started first grade. I'm not sure how old I was at this time, but that didn't last because we moved again from San Andres Bukid, Manila to Binakayan, Kawit, Cavite. There was an ocean, and most people who live in this place was from the province. They migrated from the province to Manila. You know, I remember our house the foundation was just like a bamboo, and then the wall was lawanit. They call it lawanit. And then our flooring was hardwood floor, and underneath our house was high tide, low tide ocean. And most people there was a fisherman. So that was a good squatter area, because the high tide and the low tide come in and out. And I liked that better, and I started going to school there again. And that was the bad times too, because I get bullied all the time by a lot of kids, my classmates, because of my broken Tagalog, and I had this Visayan accent, you know. And besides, I already had boobies, and these kids were little kids. So at this time too, I know how old I was. 11, going on 11 years old, 11 years old. And so I didn't mind, you know, I didn't mind bullying from these kids, because they were just little kids. I didn't mind it at all. But I made it to halfway to 5th grade, and I quit. Not because of so much bullying, because every recess, kids would have to go to the canteen and buy some lunch. And I don't have money to go to canteen to buy lunch, because I already spent my money, 10 cents, 25 cents, like that, for the Nutribun with peanut butter in that morning. Oh, I missed that Nutribun with peanut butter. That was so good. Hot, nice. As a kid, that was a big deal, you know. So that didn't motivate me to finish 5th grade. And my teacher came to my house and begged that I should just go, even though 3 times a week, to show up at school, and she would, pass me to the next grade, sixth grade. But I didn't have no desire after that, because I can see the different treatments of my stepmother and her, between me and my stepbrother. you know it was a big difference. And in fact, my stepbrother finished college. Of all the kids, they were my sister, me, my little brother. Out of the 4 kids, only my stepbrother finished college. So anyway, after I quit school, I just started working as a all-around maid, stay in, live in, all-around maid for 150 peso a month. I like it there, because my employer was an older couple, and they were nice to me. And they had a cacao field, so I feel at home there. So what I learned from this lesson of life is, just because you don't have no education, or you didn't finish high school, grade 6, or college, it doesn't mean that your life is just gonna end there. Just because you don't know how to speak Tagalog, your life is just gonna end there. Just because you didn't go to college, you didn't speak no English, it's just gonna end there. So what I've learned from this experience is, no matter what the situation, like me, I just basically ran away from home and started working as a maid. So there was a way that you could be in better place with the better people. So, especially in that country, like third world country, they shouldn't lose hope. There's it's very surprising where life can take us. So my advice to those kids, whoever can relate to these stories, because there's always kids out there that is feeling abandoned, feeling unloved, or whatever. Continue living. Don't lose hope. Don't lose hope. And people lose the faith in you, then that's their problem, right? So just because I'm sharing this story, it doesn't mean that I didn't move on either. I moved on long time ago. This is just part of my sweet memories, childhood memories. And I know